How's it going, everyone? Paul with Adaptable Survival. What I wanted to dive into with this video is talk about this Perseverance Survival Woobie Hoodie that I've been using for quite a while. Kind of give you guys a rundown of my experience with it, how it's held up over the last year and a half, 2 years since I've owned it, and talk about their updated version of this hoodie as well. Stick with me as we dive into it. Alright guys, so this Perseverance Survival Woobie Hoodie, it's just what it sounds like. If you guys are familiar with the poncho liner or the Woobie that they issue you in the military, it's made out of that material into a hoodie. They offer it in two different options. You can either get a pullover or the full zip like I have here. I prefer to go with the full zip just because then I can vent it a little bit easier if I start getting warm. I know with their updated version, they were telling me that it's water resistant. So I don't know if they use like a DWR spray or coating on the material now. I'm definitely going to pick up one of those to kind of check it out. But in the pockets as well, since you have these hoodies pockets down here, the new version does have zips on those, which I'm interested to pick up to see if I like the zips or just the pocket here. Just from my experience so far over the last year and a half, 2 years since I've had it, these pockets just aren't really deep enough to carry anything in. It's more or less just sticking your hands in there. So I think that addition of those zips would really take it to another level if you wanted to put your phone or your keys in there when you're walking around town or hiking around the woods for a day hike, something like that. So over the last year and a half, 2 years since I've gotten this, I've used it pretty extensively, especially when I'm teaching down at the school. Most of the time when it's colder out, I'm usually just wearing this with my minus 33 base layer. I usually just wear the lightweight ones that I have, but I also do carry the expedition weight minus 33 layers, so I can use it as a layering system. And then normally in my pack I'll have some sort of shell, whether that's the Helicontex Woodsman anorak, or I do have a packable rain jacket that I normally carry in my pack most of the time, so I'll bust that out, throw that on if it's getting a little bit colder or if it's starting to rain. Like I said, their updated version of this is water resistant. I haven't really had any issues with this getting too wet on me, but I normally throw on my shell once it starts getting a little drizzle going on or any kind of rain. But in terms of quality, it's held up really well. As you can see on my arm here, I have a lot of, pulls from going through brush. I do have one burn hole there. So other than that, and just, your everyday wear and tear, a few different spots, this held up really well, especially down at the school. If you've ever been down to the Pathfinder school, there's thorns and briars and all sorts of madness down there when you're out in the woods, doing the nav course or anything out in the woods there. I mean, you can't avoid them. They're everywhere. And there's been times when I'm riding around on side by side with Baxter or Dave, and a branch will catch my hood, and I thought for sure I ripped a hole through it, and it's really held up. It just pulls a little bit on the material, but hasn't had any rips or tears happen in it, so which is nice. So it's held up really well. Insulation wise, it's worked really well for me as well. Like I said, I wear this most of the time when it's colder out. Worn it down into the 20s right now. Today it's low 30s, high 20s right now. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's starting to cool down. And with just these layers on, I stay plenty warm. I've actually slept in my hammock with, whether it's the Swagman, my Hill People Gear Mountain Serape, a Woobie liner, or a sleeping bag, and even in my tents with the same things. There's been points where I've had to unzip my sleeping bag because I was getting too hot with this on, but I generally stay a little bit warmer, so that could play into things for you if you're looking at checking out one of these. Just to kind of give you guys a size reference, I'm 5'9", 245, and it fits me pretty well. Gives me enough room to layer if I want to underneath. Also, if I decide to conceal carry around town, I don't have to worry about printing on my jacket if I decide to carry. So those are things to consider when you're shopping around for one. But like I said, I'm 5'9", 245. Gives you guys a good idea of how this will fit. Other than that, you know, it's about 60 or 70, right in that ballpark. For the two models, for the pullover, I think it's $60, and I think for the zip, it's 70 or 80. I'll annotate it down below here. It's a veteran-owned company, made in the USA, so definitely two things I like to support when I can. So definitely check out Perseverance Survival. I will throw a link down in the description box below so you can check them out for yourself. With the hoodies, they offer them in solid colors as well as camo patterns. So got a lot of options there for sure. Like I said, I'll throw the link down in the description box below. Leave a comment down below if you've ever had a Woobie hoodie, or if you do have a Woobie hoodie, or if you have any questions on one. I'll definitely do my best to answer any questions you guys do have. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video to anyone that might be interested in a Woobie hoodie or different layering systems. So those are things I'm going to be introducing here in the coming months, so stick around for those. As always, guys, this has been Paul with Adaptable Survival. Adapt your mind, your body, and your gear.